Overcoming stereotypes. Learning the love language will require some of us to examine our stereotype of the roles of husband and wives. Mark was doing what most of us do naturally. He was following the role model of his mother and father, but he wasn't even doing that. It isn't even doing that well. His father washed the car and mowed grass. Mark did not, but that was the mental image he had of what a husband should do. He definitely did not picture himself vacuuming floors and changing the baby's diapers. To his credit, he was willing to break from his stereotype when he realized how important it was to marry. That is necessary for all of us if our spouse's primary love language asks something of us that seems inappropriate to our role. Due to the sociological changes of the past 30 years, there is no longer a common stereotype of the male and female role in American society. Yet that does not mean that all stereotypes have been removed. It means rather that the number of stereotypes has been multiplied. Before the days of television, a person's idea of what a husband or wife should do and how he or should relate was influenced primarily by one's own parent. With the pervasiveness of television and the proliferation of single-parent families, however, role models are often influenced by forces outside the home. With the pervasiveness of television and proliferation of single-parent family, however, role models are often influenced by forces outside the home. Whatever your perceptions, chances are your spouse perceives marital roles somewhat differently than you do. A willingness to examine and change stereotypes is necessary in order to express love more effectively. Remember, there are no rewards for maintaining stereotypes, but there are tremendous benefits to meeting the emotional needs of your spouse. Recently, a wife said to me, Dr. Chapman, I am going to send all of my friends to your seminar. Uh, and why would you do that? I inquired. Because it has radically changed our marriage, she said. Before the seminar, Bob never helped me with anything. We both started our careers right after college, but it was always my role to do everything at the house. It was as if it never crossed his mind to help me with anything. After the seminar, he started asking me, what can I do to help you this evening? It was amazing. At first, I couldn't believe it was real, but it had persisted for 3 years now. I have to admit, there were some trying and humorous times in those early weeks because he didn't know how to do anything. The first time he did the laundry, he used undiluted bleach instead of regular detergent. Our blue towels came out with white polka dots. There was the first time he used the garbage disposal. It sounded strange, and shortly after, soap bubbles started emerging from the drain of the adjoining sink. He didn't know what was happening until I turned the garbage disposal off, reached my hand inside, and retrieved the remains of a new bar of soap, now the size of a quarter. But he was loving me in my language, and my tank was filling up. Now he knows how to do everything around the house and is always helping me. We have much more time together because I don't have to work all the time. Believe me, I have learned his language and I keep his tank full. Is it really that simple? Simple, yes. Easy, no. Bob had to work hard at tearing down the stereotype with which he had lived for 35 years. It didn't come easily, but he would tell you that learning the primary love language of your spouse and choosing to speak it makes a tremendous difference in the emotional climate of a marriage. Now let's move on to love language number 5. Um, Notes. Number 1, John 13:3 through 17. 2, Galatians 5:13. If your spouse's love language is acts of service, make a list of all the requests your spouse has made of you over the past few weeks. Select one of these each week and do it as an expression of love. Cut out some heart-shaped note cards and print the following. Today I will show my love for you by um, complete the sentence with one of the following: mowing the lawn, vacuuming the floor, washing dishes, taking the dog for a walk, cleaning the fishbowl, etc. Give your spouse a love note accompanied by the act of service every 3 days for a month. Ask your spouse to make a list of 10 things he or she would like for you to do during the next month. Um, then ask your spouse to prioritize those by numbering them 1 to 10, with 1 being the most important and 10 being the less important. Use this list to plan your strategy for a month of love. Get ready to live with the happy spouse. While your spouse is away, get the children to help you with some active service for him. When he walks in the door, join the children in shouting, "Surprise, we love you." Then share your act of service. 5. Well, what one act of service has your spouse nagged about consistently? Why not decide to see the nag as a tag? Your spouse is tagging this as really important to him or her. If you choose to do it as an expression of love, it is worth more than 1,000 roses. 6. If your spouse's requests for acts of service come across as nags or put-downs, try writing them in words that would be less offensive to you. Share this revised wording with your spouse. For example, "Honey, I love you so much. You are a hardworking man and I really appreciate you. I'd love to thank you in advance for mowing this lawn this week before Thursday when Mary and Bob come over for dinner." Your husband might even respond, "Where's the lawnmower? I can't wait. Try and see it." 9. Ask your spouse. 7. Do some major acts of service like washing the car, cooking a meal, painting a bedroom, or washing the deck, and then post a sign that reads, "To spouse's name with love," and sign your name. 8. If you may have more money than time, hire someone to do the acts of service that you know your spouse would like for you to do, such as the lawn, the house cleaning, the car washing, the laundry. If you take the responsibility for getting it done, you will be speaking love even when you are away. 9. Ask your spouse to tell you the daily acts of service that would really speak love to him or her. These might include such things as putting your dirty clothes in the hamper, getting the hairs out of the sink, hanging up your clothes at night, closing the door when you go outside, preparing a meal, and washing the dishes. Seek to work these into your daily schedule. Little things really do mean a lot. 10. Periodically ask your spouse, "If I could do one special act of service this week, what would you request?" If possible, do it and watch your spouse's love tank fill up.